Hi guys. I had this whole idea and plan where I was like, okay, I'm gonna film this video today. It's the second part of my birth, which I'm sure you already know by the title. But I had this whole plan that I was just gonna... I've been to a mother group today. So I was like, okay, I'll have my hair blow dried, I'll have like a cute outfit. Johannes will be sleeping when we come home because we've been walking. All of that went straight to but at least my hair is still blow dried, so I guess that counts for something. I think my husband will be home in like 10 minutes, so let's see if I can get this story out there to you guys in that little time. I just want to summarize from the previous video, first of all, which was about why I chose it. If you haven't seen it, please do. But it was basically the whole story with like how I came to do the elective C-section. Yeah, but the main fear was actually my life after the birth. Like, I didn't want to risk living a life after the birth where I wouldn't have control of like myself and my own body. That was like the biggest fear. And even though the chance is very, very small, obviously it's also classified as an irrational fear. It was still, yeah, I'm really happy I made the choice that I did. So the fear of my life after, I wasn't actually too afraid of the birth itself. I was pretty sure that, you know, with the pain meds and everything that we do have today, I would be okay. Like, I trust the midwives, and getting like an epidural and getting like all the type of pain meds you could get. But the life after, like, I was afraid that I was not going to be the same down there. That was the main driver, main fear. Oh, little buddy, you sleeping? Yeah, yeah. I'm talking to YouTube. Should I speak a little lower, a little closer maybe? Okay. The birth story. We got the date, which was exactly a week before his counted due date. So he's born week 40 plus 0, so 39 full weeks. We went into the hospital early in the morning. We left home at like 7. And I actually had a pretty good night's sleep. I remember that I was quite scared that I wouldn't sleep at all. But I did have an okay night's sleep. I was only up and peed like once or twice. And when I woke up in the morning, I did feel quite okay. I remember I took a shower and I blow dried my hair because, you know, first impressions matter. And then we went in. We went into the hospitals. We were there at like 8:30, I think. And then we had some problems with the rental car that we were renting. So my husband had to go like back down to the car and like figure that out. And I was alone. We were shown into like this room. I changed into my to the operating gown. I guess, insert somewhere here or here maybe some pictures. Husband also got into some scrubs, and then we thought we would wait for like an hour or so, but we only waited 20 minutes, and then we went back down. I started crying already in the car. Just nervous, like you don't really know what to expect. Obviously you're about to face like the biggest moment of your life. But we went back downstairs. I remember husband was so collected, like calm and collected. Way to go. He's revealed after that he was like really nervous, but he was just in like a fixing mode, like for my sake, so he would be there for me. And then we met this nurse, and she gave us like, I don't know, an insane amount of directions to go where to go. And we still found it because it was basically just down 2 floors and straight ahead. And then we were waiting, and a nurse and another nurse, like a practice nurse training, they came to get us. Before that, we also talked to the anesthesiologist, but that was very short, just repeating some information. But then the 2 nurses came to get us, and I was just crying. Like at that point, I'd been crying from like 8 in the morning, and now it was maybe 9:30, something like that. But they took us with us, or they took us with them into the OR. We were walking the whole way, and they were like, "Why are you crying?" And I almost couldn't speak, and like my husband was like, "Oh, she's nervous." And then I managed to like somehow crack a joke about how I also hoped they would do some liposuction, because I was I gained the 40 kilos, you know. Yeah, and then we walked into the OR, and I really think that my overall experience with it was nice. Like I felt all the time like I just wanted to say, "Hey, stop, okay, let's take a break, you know. It was all moving very, very fast. But looking back at my birth, I really feel like I had a good birth. I feel like I had at least the birth that I had envisioned. Also knowing the outcome, like as much as you can know. Recovering from surgery is a bit easier to know and research how your body will react than recovering from a birth, a vaginal birth. You never know what you're gonna be left with after. But then they just they placed the anesthetic, and we gave them also a list of our wishes. We wished for direct skin to skin, and that we would see him come out. And we also wished that Eric could do everything with him, that if they were going somewhere with him, that he would join, cut the umbilical cord if he could. We were told like before that he wouldn't be able to, but he actually was. Not to cut it, like completely cut it, but after, like once he was out, they were cutting some more of the umbilical cord, so he got to do that part, which I thought was really cute. No, but they placed the anesthetic. I was put down, and you know, you want to scream like stop, but yeah, like I said, it was all going. And then I remember that they were like, "Okay, you want to see him come out?" And they took the curtain down. And I said to my husband, I was like, hold up my head, but he was just so overwhelmed himself, so he like held up my head a little, but I couldn't see anything, but he saw him come out. And then very quickly he was just on my chest, and it was just, yeah, I was so shocked. I think I cried a little, but like not a lot. I was expecting to cry a lot, but I was so shocked. But I remember thinking like, I don't know what my baby is gonna look like. But then when I saw him, I was like, of course you look like this. This is what you look like. And then he came out, 4.5 kilos. He was on my chest the whole time they stitched me up. I couldn't really feel anything really. With the anesthetic, sometimes you can, like, you don't feel anything, but you can still like move your toes sometimes, and like those kinds of things. Like, you think that you're just gonna be completely paralyzed, and some people are, but I wasn't. I got what they call a spinal anesthetic. But yeah, he was on my chest when they sewed me up, and when they were doing like the finishing stitches, that's when they took him over to like measure him and weigh him, and Eric got to cut that extra piece of the umbilical cord so that it was only like the small piece left. And then he just got handled to me with like all the wraps and stuff. One thing I do remember before we started was also that they were trying to put the, you know, like the fluids and the IVs and stuff, and for some reason, like the anesthetic guy, he couldn't put the needle into my wrists, so my wrists were basically like the most sore part of my body, because he'd just been jerking around with like the needle, and eventually someone was like, I think you should try to do it like in the arm, and then he did it like further up. That's something I remember quite specifically. It's weird. I also remember that I was a little like woozy, because I lost, normally you lose, yeah, like 1 liter of blood, so you're a little lightheaded. And I told Eric, I was like, I forgot my lip gloss, and I want the baby alarm. We have like a baby alarm for him that you put on the diaper, so that it's like a breathing alarm, and if they turn over and stuff. Really recommend it. Yeah, but that's all I remember like telling him after. And then he was just sleeping on me, and the next 2 hours, like, we were in this wake up room, and we were already starting the latching, like the breastfeeding, and yeah, that's the very short version of my birth story. If you would like a more elaborate version, I'll let you know. But I also figured some people might be interested in seeing what the wound looked like pretty much right after, and also a week after. So I'll insert pictures here and here, and that's what my incision looked like. I really felt quite quickly that it was quite healed. Of course, you're very sore and stuff, but I think like the first 10 days after a birth, no matter if it's vaginal or if it's a C-section, you will be yeah, quite weak. but yeah, 2 days after we went home, and the day after, I remember I was like, oh, I'm never gonna be ready to go home tomorrow, but the day after I really was, so that was fine. Yeah, I think that was my update for now. If you would like me to do a more elaborate version of this story, please let me know. But that's like the birth in short. I will also show you what the incision looks like now, in case anybody's interested. And if you have any questions or would like to know more about it, please also let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Hi guys, it's a day later, and I know that I promised to show you what the scar looked like today, so I will show you. And today it's 4 months postpartum, and I haven't done anything in particular to it. I've massaged it a bit when I'm in the shower. I did that quite early. Before I got the C-section, I did feel, you think that it's a bit scary when you read like you should massage it, like spread the incision and stuff. But when you actually get there, it's not at all. So just massaging it in the shower, and whenever I do body lotion and stuff, I also massage it a little extra. And then I also had one session with a massage therapist where the focus was actually really on my back. I just asked her to also massage through the area, and that did give some I wouldn't say pain relief because it wasn't painful, but it gave like more flexibility, and took away a little bit of soreness, and that was at 8 weeks. So without further ado, this is what it looks like now. Hi, buddy. I don't think mommy should show that much. No, but this is what it looks like. And you're stuck to my pants. I don't know if you can see it. See if I can flip the camera.